I don't know. There it goes. Hello, everybody. Today is May 31st, 2017. It is my 19th day into my second year. And today I want to make a video about purging the past. Somewhat. Recently, last week or two, first of all, let me just say that this isn't my normal lip color. This is a shade of CoverGirl I bought a long time ago. I bought that, and I bought the mandatory hooker red that you buy when you don't know what you're doing. And I'm just using it up. I'm not going to wear it outside, but anyway, you get that out of the way. Exactly. So anyway, that the other way. Talk about purging, past purging. Lately, I seem to be on like a quest to clean my house out. And what I'm doing is I'm finding little caches, for lack of a better word, little hidey holes, somewhat, of old clothes that were my male clothes. And, not like an intentional, I'm going to hide this here, but for example, I was trying to put some stuff away in a closet, and so I decided, okay, I'm going to empty the closet, and that way I can stack stuff. I was stacking speakers, believe it or not. And I'm just pulling out, tablecloths that had fallen in the closet and forgotten in the black hole. And then I found a bunch of flannel shirts that were mine at one point, and just old clothes and bags. And it's not the only closet this has happened to. I've like gone through different places in my house, and I just find these, like I said, these like forgotten areas, and clothes that I can donate, I donate, but the majority of them, are raggy and whatnot, so I just kind of toss them. But it just kind of like, the past, it feels really good, kind of like cleaning out your spit valve if you play the clarinet or the trumpet. Just, clear it out and get rid of it. And then you're clean as a whistle, as they say. Hang on a sec. Just watching. Okay, computer's updating. So it's just kind of clear, and that's the way my life has been, I'd say, in the last week. Maybe it started outside. We got like the side yard cleared out, and then over the weekend we got the backyard, old stuff, and trim the tree, the shrubs, and my two rose bushes out back, trim them, and just getting rid of old dead stuff. And maybe that's kind of what I'm doing, kind of with the clothes that I find. If I can't donate them, they're not good to donate to Goodwill or whatnot. But again, purge, when I think of purge, I'm reminded of all of the clothes that I've thrown away over the years, like, oh, I have to hide what I'm doing, I'm purging. And that's really not what this is. Just kind of cleaning out old spaces, for lack of a better word. But, cleaning out the cobwebs of just stuff. And makes room for the future. So that's kind of good. So that's kind of been a thing that's been on my mind, that's actually I've been doing. And then the other thing that I encountered today was just how much my emotions, the hormones have really like taken hold of my emotions. Yesterday I was a bitch. Not to anybody in particular. I had it in me, and I just had venom in me, and it was like you could not tell me anything, and I would not be pissy with you. And I found myself like doing it to my cats, and I'm like, wait a minute, the cats are, cats are innocent, at least of that. But again, so that was yesterday. And then today, something happened at work, and my boss kind of stuck up for me and took ownership of something he had done and assured me it wasn't my fault and I was okay. My job was not in jeopardy. And I was just so overwhelmed that this man was a man. I mean, I can't think of another. I hate to be so stereotypical about it, but this person took ownership. They stood up. They acknowledged it, and I don't think they realized how much I was shaken, and they just put me down. Everything's okay. And I was just a wreck. I was, walking around the block. I had to take a break. I was crying. I'm like, I just can't believe, it's such a good place to work. And all the emotions had just really done that. And then, while I'm listing things off here, this morning, as I was walking around the block, my first walk, and it was dark, it was early morning, stumbling, coffee in one hand, and rolled out of bed. I passed a guy and I said, hello, good morning. And he said, well, good morning. And he said, you look very nice today. And I was like, well, thank you very much. And we kind of kept on going. And after a minute later, I'm like, I didn't even look at his face. It's like, who is this mystery man? I just know he's big and tall. He's kind of handsome, from a distance. But again, it was dark and not that I could see his face. But, all day I've kind of been going, I wonder who he is, and I wonder what he does. And will I see the mystery stranger again? And does he know who I am? You know what I mean? I'm just so full of shit at the same time. But anyway, so lots of things happening. I redid my OkCupid profile somewhat. I over my last couple of videos, I think I've been kind of talking about, what are men interested in? What could I offer a man, etc., etc. Since I don't have a clitoris and I don't have a happy hole, I guess I do have a happy hole in the rear, but I don't have a happy hole to stick a penis in to make the man feel better, So I was trying to think about it, and I was reminded of someone from our Wednesday night group, which I have tonight, obviously, who said something about, they have skills with kids and they know how to raise children. And, I never really thought about some of the things that maybe I did in my life as a parent, yeah, I know how to burp a child. I know how to I know how to wipe a bottom. Breasts does not a woman make, and probably clitoris does not a woman make. What do I know? But like I said, it's been a kind of an emotional day, and like I said, lately in this last week, things have kind of settled down somewhat, and I'm kind of going through now, you do, and I'm just talking off the top of my head now, but I'm restructuring my life in some ways, and much like cleaning the house and going in the corners and the cabinets and the nooks and the crannies and just getting rid of stuff that I don't use, which any person can do, but it clears you out. It gives you feng shui. I don't know, but it makes me feel really, really good, and yeah. And also too, I guess while I'm just sharing, I had a couple days where I didn't question my transition, but I kind of didn't feel girly. Does that make any sense to you? I didn't feel like a woman. I excuse me. but I just didn't, I felt like, okay, I'm just playing, I'm going through the routine, and then yesterday I was like, no, I'm, look down at my feet, and I'm like, no, this is where I am, and I'm very happy, but I don't know. The second year is a lot less stressful, obviously, because you're not doing it's not the year of firsts, but then there are other things that, like cleaning your house and doing things, and I don't know, but that's all I got. So almost 20 days into the second year. Um, it's interesting too. Some of the things that we're up to open enrollment, and last year, um, when we had gotten divorced, my ex-wife and I, her health plan was in full swing. She when we got divorced, she changed her health plan. However, my plan was in full swing too, and so even though she didn't use it, I was still kind of carrying the burden somewhat. Like, my cost of my health care plan was the family plan. You know what I mean? Whereas this year it's it's individual plus child. As a single mom, and it's those little things that like you're processing as you go forward, and this is the first year that yeah, I'm a single woman. You know, last year I was a divorcee, and maybe I still am a divorcee, but it's different. I'm different now. And yesterday also too, this was the first year that my daughter had her graduation ceremony, and it was interesting. It was different. It wasn't really awkward, but it was awkward in a way. It was odd in a way of me sitting there next to my ex-wife, congratulating our daughter as she got an award or a certificate or whatever. And what did people think? Did people think we were a lesbian couple, or did people go, oh gosh, there's that transsexual freak? And or did they, is that an aunt to me? I don't know. I'm kind of curious what went through other people's mind, and probably nothing, because people are focused on themselves. But it definitely was a different experience. And at one point, I noticed that my ex-wife kind of made it a point of saying, I'm Katie's mother. I'm Katie's mother. And it made me feel like it was pointing the finger, like, I'm Katie's mother and this is her father, the freak next to me. And, you take ownership of it, I guess. Yes, I am her father, but I'd rather be called her parent. I'm one of her parents now. And for a moment, I just thought about next year and the years ahead. I don't want to replace my wife, my ex-wife, and as the mother of the child. But if my daughter could, it would be so much easier, if she was to introduce me, not necessarily, I hate to say as her mom or her mommy, or I don't know, but you know what I mean? Do you have to say, and this is my father, da, 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 da. Like I said, I don't want to steal anything from my ex-wife, but I almost feel like there'd be less friction in my daughter's life. And again, it's not something I'm going to ask her to do, but I almost wonder if, again, she would get less friction from other people if she would just let them assume that I was her mommy. And the line from Guardians, where I think it's Yondu, says something that he says, I may not have been your father, but I was your daddy. And that's kind of what I want to say, is I may not have been your mother, but I was your mommy. But again, not to push my ex-wife out of the picture. That's not my goal. It's just in casual conversation, it's a lot less stress. You don't have to explain things, etc., etc. All right, I'm out of time. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for listening. Good luck to you. Bye.